Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Hunter x Hunter episode 120. Hope you enjoy. Leave a like and subscribe. Let's get right into this. Like the video for Hunter x Hunter. Please. Please like the video. Leave a comment and hunt for your dream.
I don't like that. Maybe Palm somehow didn't die and came and grabbed him. Fake X and X real.
What X is X fake and X is X real?
Just
smash that shit.
I feel like it might just be too late at this point.
Was that faster than you expected?
But he made it out. Because he couldn't do anything about it. Deranged laugh.
15分あなたが煙の結界の解除を決断し実行するまでに消費する
It was like 1 second.
その間私はそっと煙をすり抜け自由に動き回る予定でした私を結界に閉じ込めたのは王との分断のためでしょうつまり煙の牢獄がある限りの仲間はまだあの中に私がいると判断するあなたの仲間を静かに始末して
Because they wouldn't be expecting him coming.
十分の時間あなたは迷っている15分もの間抜け殻を前に随分と見込みられたもんだな私は買いかぶっていたのですあなたを大きいジェイルをすり抜けたとしたら一粒一粒は目に見えねえわけだあなたはもっと待つべきだった苦肉の策正直私は困っていたのですよ閉じ込められて
So creepy.
Turned into a minion.
矛盾してるぜすり抜けたドラグそれだけのことだったのですよあの時点ではね私はあなたがもっと優秀な兵士だと思っていました諸子を貫徹任務に忠実本当にありがとうありがとう
It's creepy. I don't know if that'll do too much. Oh. They can just reform.
It's just breaking them into smaller pieces, then they reform.
Yeah. How can kill him then?
騙されるなこれは奴の心理作戦あの時点でのサナギへの攻撃はベストの選択考えてる時点で奴の陣中次にやるべきことは分散した奴の目的を予想し阻止する
Morel's so fucking badass.
He really
Mentally,
is.
he has the most mental toughness I think out of anybody.
I think so.
そして王との再会間違いねえ全て俺の利害と一致する問題ねえ
And he's still only at 30%, by the way, just a reminder.
Oh. Shit.
Well.
That really sucks. I don't even know what else to say about that other than that is absolutely horrible.
Esper. Oh shit.
Oh god.
Who's the Esper? Would it be Shoot? No.
Oh, because there's the smoke around and he was trying to get in before.
Nice, like with Chitu. Like with Chitu, when they fought him in that field. They did the same shit.
Nice. I wonder how much interest he has.
Interest in what? Oh, in the... Yeah. Do clones matter if you can just attack all of them at once? The whole point of them is to divide your attention. I would get the clones... I mean, it's all you can do, I guess. I would have got some of them away, since they're the only smoke you have at that point. You need to ration it.
Just send, like, at least a couple away.
Yeah. That was the APR off Chitu.
Yeah.
She's a Nen exorcist.
Mm-hmm. Great. Oh.
Fucking
let this guy die.
Bizev got fucked. He was just around.
Oh no.
I think you could. I think you could try. She's a Chimera Ant and a Nen user. I think she could probably move some rocks.
I'll even give you all the girls I have trapped in the basement.
What does girl want? Like, it's seriously no problem. They're like superhuman creatures born. Like, I guess she wasn't born with Nen, but I like how she has the same face as her little hat.
Mm-hmm.
That was so fucking sick. I almost just want to rewatch that one part. Oh. This is straight up Inglourious Bastards. I never realized that. This whole arc is kind of exactly like Inglourious Bastards. Beru-zebedu. What the fuck? How did he say that? Gather as much information. This guy's straight up Yoshikage Kira at this point with like 1,000,000 abilities. He can read minds, like hypnotize people. He can
play the violin.
Yeah, just to name a few. It can't be reduced to particles.
Oh.
He could have killed him in there. He did the best with what he had.
Yeah.
There's no regret.
It's just unfortunate.
And even a half of a POUF on the outside without moral to counteract the balance,
that's
you know?
lot,
that's a lot. There were a couple lapses in logic, but overall, I think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I bet if he ran into Killua first, Killua probably could have figured it out if he saw the smoky jail was still up. I think most of them probably could have figured this out. Maybe Knuckle would have been, maybe Gon and Knuckle would have been confused. Gon's kind of distracted. Knuckle probably would have got it. That would have been it, right there.
I guess maybe he should have used N to look around.
He made a decision really quick.
I know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, he should have. He could have used Gyo, he could have used N. I think he didn't want to take Nen away from his protection to look around. Because he was in a situation where if he made one wrong move, he could have got skewered in the back or something. Like, he doesn't know he doesn't have enough information.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess he could have made some better...
That's also true.
Balances itself out. Yeah. Looks like he's in the ED.
Yeah, holding out for 15 minutes might mean that they would all die and you'd still be in there with nothing 15 minutes later.
Yes. But the real, again, that's if your objective is to save your friends.
Yeah.
His objective was to separate the king.
Yeah.
For Netero.
And might get him killed if if these clones are gone, then he has nothing.
Weirdly, I think I accidentally skipped this episode.
Really?
Yes, on my first watch, and I went back and watched it after some real crazy shit happens later. Does the smoke just go away? I guess it's just dispelled instantly. It turns into normal smoke, not Nen smoke. I was gonna say if you could recycle that smoke.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think it's over. 75. He had way more.
Really?
He had way more clones than I thought. I hate the way he talks in this form. Hina. She has such like a girly name. Fucking Welfin is just pointless.
I just want him to get taken out at this point.
He's doing nothing. He's doing nothing at all. But doubting his own teammates. Like he's suspicious of just his teammates while the enemies are attacking.
Oh, what? It will be born soon?
Smoky guy. Unable to know if it's friend or foe? The little APR?
I guess just because it doesn't
looks like
actually
it could be
do
a
anything.
soldier ant.
In less than a minute.
I take a less direct route than that because now,
Oh,
yeah.
they didn't get nice.
Well, and also, like, all these particles, sparkles are going towards one area.
Just follow it. Yeah.
He's all awakened to, like, fainting, and now he's like, oh, it would be so sick if I fainted right now. If I left an opening on purpose, I'm so cool.
I know, he's like, I'm a strategic mastermind now. Oh no. It's oh.
He let him escape. He got him out of there because he's... Oh shit, now he's pissed.
No, he's... And now... Emerald's just booking it.
Oh shit. What fuck is that?
爆発
Bakats.
あの状況で使うほどの技ですか
Oh, now he's like, oh shit, there's a real fight going on there.
あの条件付けがなかったら出て突っ込むとこだった
Restriction.
いいが、俺がお前の怒った顔の分身を出す。
Oh, when they planned out the strategy.
全く見えてない時だけだがな。お前は一旦分身に混じって現状でやるべきことをちゃんと考えろ。
Gives him a chance to cool down by basically showing a mirror of how you're looking.
Yeah.
When you look at yourself angry in the mirror, you see how ridiculous you look, and then you calm down. Like, that's a real life thing too. Shudo.
Wow.
All these surgeons that were working on the queen.
Did he go in there? Nice.
Badass. He faced his fears.
Yeah.
At least just got somebody out, you know?
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
That's better than doing nothing.
And then they don't have to worry about him.
Exactly.
ビゼフは俺の獲物だぞ能力さえ分かれば出るんだが
He's such a fucking loser. There's literally enemies in the palace right now, and you're only focused on improving your career. Everyone's gonna die, and you're stalking not the enemy, but your own fucking allies.
Yeah.
それ以上こっちへ来るな
Oh. You have no idea the situation, POUF. This kid is going to kill all of us if you move.
POUF, you don't understand. He's gonna kill Komugi if we move. And then POUF's just like...
POUF's like...
just starts, does like the default Fortnite dance, hits the gritty behind him. POUF, don't move, or he'll kill both us and this helpless child that the king is in love with. Say less. What?
POUF, you need to think of what's best for the king. You're right. What I think is best
Just
for
goes
the
past
king.
Gon and kills Gongi. Okay, listen, Pitou, we gotta get our story straight. The guy came in and just soloed her right then just to piss you off, and then you did everything you could to protect her.
You don't understand, POUF. The king told me he needs me to save her. Well, I know what the king actually needs, and it's me to kill her.
What'd you think of that episode?
Pretty decent episode, a little bit slower compared to the last few, I think, with just a lot of recap of the fight, which was, I mean, it's not like it was horrible, but like it like POUF did just repeat like the same thing like 50 times of like if only he, I mean, it wasn't quite the same thing, but he like went on, and then his ability was like kind of annoying, all the little things flying all over the place. So it was for me, this episode was like had some good moments.
It had some fat,
but like for most of it, it was just kind of like eh.
It's like the thing with MOREL happened. It was like a Blue Lock episode. It's like the thing with MOREL happened. Then they discussed what happened, and then he flew off, and then MOREL MOREL thought about what happened, and then the narrator explained what happened and their thought process afterwards, before and during.
Came back, and then POUF came back, and everything.
POUF described his thing of what happened, and then established his own power, and then recapped where everyone is. It's a really good episode to start with because it gave us context of everything. Yeah. And some new information too. But it did have that sort of Blue Locky effect of just like going over. There was clearly some padding for time for sure. But it's a lot of recap and a lot of like explaining where MOREL's head's at with like how exhausted he is and what went into his sort of his decision making. Yeah. And partially, I think a big reason why the fights in this part of the arc are in some ways to a lot of people boring. But it's also the reason I enjoy it is because what we talked about with the Hagya versus MOREL fight of like people making incorrect assumptions on both sides, based on limited information, and then rationalizing it in their own head, and it not being like them, oh, I made the wrong decision. because of now I understand, and now I'm on the same page as like the narrator or the audience.
Yeah.
It's like they realize something, but then they also interpret that based on the new information. And like Morel still is like, I'm not working at full percent, but I think I made the best call. And the narrator's like, he did make a really good call, but it's based on coincidence and based on and like there's multiple factors, and like based on his previous battle experience, based on just the chance that Youpi and Knuckle were out there, it ended up being a good call to make. And like they went into the same shit that you said and that you brought up like right shortly before, where it's like, you know, are they even going to last the time that it would take? But also it's their objective. Like it's a full recap of the whole stakes and the whole setup and everything. And to a lot of people, I think that takes away a lot from the sort of hype. Again, like we get these big moments with like Killua going Super Saiyan or going Godspeed. And that's like a big explosive moment, and then we just get like huge like breakdowns of small actions and shit. Yeah. So
for this, I feel like it's a weird situation because none of what they said was wrong or like what the characters said in the show is what, if they didn't say anything, is what I would want to say. Like in my discussion, in your review of their actions, in my review of me, the audience, looking back upon this,
a critical audience.
Yeah, is like I feel myself when I want to say something. I'm like, I would just want to discuss what we often discuss in this show and in other shows of like the flexibility and the not knowing and like, did you make the right move? Did you not make the right move? Like. The game of chance of like not knowing and like, oh, this character didn't know that, so they did like it's but there's no point in talking about that because they literally laid it all out from every possible angle already.
Well, that's the good part about it too. It's the hard part for a review because then it leaves you kind of with nothing to say. But also it's a good part for a show because in other shows, when we sort of project that onto the show or reinterpret the actions based on other information or based on different interpretations and different perspectives, like, oh no, they didn't make a mistake because of this, and if you think about it this way, blah, 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 blah. Usually shows don't do that, and it's just like, oh, well, this was going to happen anyway, and this is just the turn of events, and this is the twist, and, you know, it's just these events happened for these reasons. Now we're all on the same page, and we're moving forward. And then we put all of these external sort of interpretations onto it. When the show does it itself, it shows that, you know, it is more sophisticated, and these aren't just like things happening for the sake of, you know, action or plot, or maybe they are, but like the fact that all of these things are considered and the character history is considered with like Morel and Knuckles' relationship, Morel's like, you know, the way that he thinks about strategy and the way that he came to these decisions, the fact that he's exhausted and all of his thought process from a third person perspective, not just we get his perspective of what he thinks, then we get an objective perspective of what's actually going on and how he is correct and incorrect. Yeah. And the fact that that's all baked into the show and it's real, it means that our outside interpretation of like all of these character decisions, like as we would do in another show where we would think about things this way, it's fully valid, because in other shows it might not be fully valid. It's just like us trying to like spice up this basic shonen battle where it's like, oh, did they make the wrong decision or the right decision? Well, I mean, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Yeah. We can we're not just making it up, you know. We're not just like interpreting it based on our own whatever, you know, as reviewers, as critical viewers. Palm.
Yes. What did that say about her? So, a human that came here a couple days ago.
Human that infiltrated?
Born, yeah.
Or
it will be born soon.
The human captured a few days ago. It will be born soon.
That's, bizarre. I don't know what that is. If it's like, because the king so far, like the whole point of the king is to like rule and I guess make more ants. I get like
they wanted to use the humans as an army. That's why they're calling all the country here to like pay homage to the ruler, and why they're all standing outside right now because POUF hypnotized all of them. They're going to basically do this to all of those people, and the ones that fail they'll just eat, I think.
Yeah, it's that really sucks for poor Palm.
Mm-hmm.
It is weird though that like none of them like mentioned her, like discovering her was not mentioned
by
yeah. any of them.
It's just
like,
something that happened,
I guess, but like they weren't like before the attack, they weren't really like, oh, I feel like we're gonna get attacked because someone already like broke in here. You know what I mean? Like it didn't. The way that they were behaving was as if they didn't, because the whole thing was when Knov went in there and then like left like the blood on the floor, and then those other ants were like, oh,
it was Welfin.
It was Welfin.
And he's suspicious.
I know
he wouldn't tell them.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell them, but like that was like, oh no, now they know they're here. And I had assumed that if Palm had been caught, that the king and the royal guards would have been more vigilant or more
Well, here's an interpretation. If they just caught one of Bizef's ladies who wandered out, I don't think they knew about Bizef's ladies. They probably just thought of her as just a normal human. I
guess, but she has a really strong nen, which they would know about and be able to see that she was like powerful. We don't know how they caught her. We don't the last thing we saw of Palm was she was at the staircase by the exit,
and Pouf's N caught her. Or Pitou's N, I think
Pitou came in at the last second.
Pitou's N came out. That was all we saw. We didn't see anybody interact with her. We just saw her face like horrified and then it cut away. As she saw the N creep in, then she was just horrified, and then that's all we saw. And then we didn't know if she was lost. We didn't know what happened to her. So if they just saw like, oh, this is just a woman, if they maybe knew about Bizef's shit and she just escaped, they're like, oh, this is maybe a good prototype for what we're gonna do for the rest of them, since we have this human here. She's not connected to anybody. She's just like, whatever. Let's just throw her in the tube and then see how it goes. Is I think what perhaps happened. That would keep it from being a plot hole of like, oh, there's a random Nen user creeping into our shit. Like, how is this possible? You know, if they just like thinking with the royal guard, like how fast they took down Kite. If they took Palm by surprise, like the N, and then Pitou's just like, there's an intruder, and then they just fucking zoom over there, basically teleport, knock her out before they know anything. You know, who knows? Just as a charitable interpretation, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense why they would be so surprised when they got attacked, right?
Yeah, because I was just thinking like, you know, it was so important to like not get noticed, or else the whole thing would be blown because they would raise their suspicions basically.
Maybe she sacrificed herself on purpose and didn't show that she was an end user so that they wouldn't think that there was an attack. I don't know if this is explained, by the way. I'm not like telling you anything. I
mean, we'll see. It doesn't really bother me that much. I'm just talking about it and curious about it.
I'd say that my interpretation probably makes the most sense. I don't think that that Togashi would just like forget about, like, you know, they find a human who's an end user. Like, I feel like if Palm was, because Palm's always saying like, if you don't hear from me, I'm dead. Like she went in there to sacrifice herself to do it. So in those final moments, would she, knowing all of this and being prepared to die, would she fight back and like reveal that she's a foreign invader, or would she be captured and die? You know, without. Yeah,
that's fair.
I think that's more likely. And by the way, I'm not like, I don't remember what the explanation is. I don't even know if there is an explanation or if this is just this. I honestly can't remember. That's it.
Yeah.
Leave a like and subscribe.